everyone and welcome back to Scandalous Media. It's Angela here, and the investigation into Liam Payne's death continues. I made a whole video in which I explained all the controversies surrounding Liam's death and everything that led up to it, so go check it out. This video will dive deep into the relationship between Liam Payne and Maya Henry, which seemed doomed before it even started, considering it started with a freshly turned 18-year-old and a pop star who was always going through a lot. Liam and Maya's relationship was not only a focal point right before his death, but was a turning point in the public perception of Liam since he was branded as abusive by Maya, which made a lot of people turn on him. Timing was not on anyone's side, considering just 2 days before Liam's death, Maya claimed that Liam would always use death as a threat with her, as her book very eerily predicted Liam's fate.
He would always play with death and be like, well, I'm gonna die. I'm not doing well.
Before we start, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos each week. Let me know if you want to deep dive into One Direction and all the things that occurred within that band that ultimately resulted in everything we see today. Follow us on social media, and without further ado, let's begin. Maya Henry and Liam's controversial relationship and book. A 15-year-old Maya first met Liam at a One Direction meet and greet in 2015. Then Maya and Liam were first linked together in August 2018, but they didn't go public with their relationship until September 2019. They were first linked when Maya was 18 and Liam was 26, just a month after his split with ex Cheryl Cole, whom he shares a son with. Cheryl was 24 when a then 14-year-old Liam first auditioned for the X Factor back in 2008, so it seems like age gaps are always a thing with Liam. In 2020, Maya and Liam got engaged, then in June 2021, they called it quits, then they rekindled their relationship in early 2022, but then broke off their engagement for good in May 2022. At the time, an insider from Maya's camp told E! News that she was blindsided by their split, saying, "He abruptly ended it with her. She is very upset. They have definitely had their fair share of ups and downs in their relationship." The story goes that fans accidentally exposed Liam for cheating on Maya in May 2022 when a fan page posted a photo of Liam with his arms wrapped around a woman and captioned it, "Liam and Maya look so cute here."
Oh.
Maya then commented on the photo saying, "I love all of the fans so much, but please stop sending me these pictures of my fiancé wrapped around another woman." The girl turned out to be Aliana Maula, who at the time was called Liam's mistress, with fans calling her out for posting Liam. So originally I was like, oh my god, this is a crazy way to find out that your fiancé is cheating on you. However, I did additional research, which you guys expect from me here at Scandalous Media, and I found that Mail Online exposed in April 2022 that Maya and Liam had called it quits. Liam's rep also confirmed to People magazine that they had broken up over a month ago, which places the split in early April. However, the public didn't know about this breakup until Liam and Aliana went public on May 24th, 2022, and then Maya commented on the fan's photo. At the time, sources close to Liam told Mail Online that Maya's comments referring to Liam as her fiancé were untrue and very misleading, considering they had already been broken up, but the public didn't know that yet. So it makes me think, what was Maya's intention behind that comment? It sounds like she wanted to rile up the fans into thinking Liam cheated on her, even though they had been broken up at the time. And Liam's track record is messy, considering he usually moves on the month after the breakup, which is exactly what happened when he and Cheryl broke up and he started dating Maya. But 2 years later, in May 2024, Maya implied that Liam had cheated on her with Aliana. When she told People magazine, "I definitely chose to forgive a lot of things. When you love someone so much, you have those rose-colored glasses. You're in denial, so you think those things will stop, and they don't, and that just becomes an issue among other issues." She said this during promo for her book Looking Forward, which is about a girl who falls in love with a charming pop star. Maya said that the book was definitely inspired by true events. Obviously, the book is fiction, Maya told People magazine, but it's definitely inspired by true events. The main character, Mallory, is very similar to me, and that's why it was very easy for me to write her character and put the emotion in there. I'm just grateful that I have this opportunity and platform to really help be a voice for women. The book featured a content warning alerting readers to sensitive material like abortion, abuse, violence, substance abuse, and EDs. The character Oliver, who is modeled after Liam, rose to fame as a member of the boy band 5 Forward, who were formed on a television show and turned increasingly to substances, resulting in a terrifying climax of Oliver punching a hole in a wall in a rage.
Wait a minute.
The book also features an emotional sequence in which Oliver gives Mallory an ultimatum: get an abortion or lose me. When asked how closely her fictionalized novel mirrored her actual experiences with Liam, Maya was very cautious, saying, "I drew inspiration from my real life, and I wanted to include a scene like that in the book because while not everyone dates a pop star, I feel like everyone dates someone like Oliver," she says about a scene in the book in which Oliver shatters a light fixture, sending shards of glass into Mallory's arm. "I feel like it was just important for women to be seen in that way and can relate and not feel like they're alone in whatever they're going through." Liam and Maya had an 8-year age gap. They confirmed their relationship when she was 19 and Liam was 27, despite being linked together a year prior. Maya said that she was very mature for her age and could live on her own, but was still naive in relationships, citing her relationship with Liam as her first real adult relationship and saying, "I don't know if it was a power imbalance, but I feel like maybe my love was taken advantage of in a way." In looking forward, Maya's character, Mallory, returns to the London flat she shares with Oliver to find him suffering a drug-fueled mental breakdown. He is screaming and crying and slapping himself on the face. At one point, he threatens to jump off a balcony, saying he's going to end it. That scene is quite eerie looking back, considering it foreshadowed Liam's actual death. The scene continues where Mallory tries to calm Oliver down, but he becomes increasingly agitated. He punches a hole in the wall, curses, and then grabs an axe and swings it, smashing the TV. Oliver raises the axe high in the air, shattering a chandelier, glass crashes down, cutting Mallory. In the book, Oliver is confused, terrified, and then angry. He calls Mallory a bitch, and then he cries and calls her my sweet angel, and then he sobs, and then he passes out. One Direction's last album, Made in the AM, features a song called Hey Angel. In the light of the drama with Liam and Maya, I have seen this scene referenced multiple times on Twitter, where people are calling out Liam for his behavior and saying that he literally chased Maya with an axe. It is important to note that while the book is inspired by Maya's relationship with Liam, particular examples such as chasing her with an axe haven't been confirmed to be about him.
I wrote about my experiences. I said it was about Liam. I've said that it's inspired by a true story. Right?
What is confirmed is a scene where Mallory learns she's pregnant and is excited to become a young mother, but Oliver warns that he will leave her if she chooses to keep the baby. Mallory eventually goes through with the abortion but suffers severe complications. About that scene, Maya said, "What I went through in real life is very similar to what Mallory went through in the book. I definitely did have some complications, and I did have to go to the hospital alone. It was very lonely having these men tell you, oh, it's going to feel like a heavy period, it's not going to be that painful, it's going to be easy." She continues to say that she wanted to include this in the book because of how painful it was and how mind-boggling it is to her that people could tell a woman how they're going to feel. She said, "If it were up to me, I wouldn't have done it, but then also if I were to have made a different decision, then I would have lost the person that I loved. There were definitely difficult conversations about it." When this was first revealed, the internet had turned on Liam, saying he's toxic and abusive for forcing her to get an abortion, despite the story itself painting a different picture, with the character Oliver saying like, "I'm not forcing you" and whatnot. And that's why others pointed out that he didn't force her to get one, but he told her he'd leave her if she did, as he didn't want the kid. Now, judging by the states Oliver is portrayed in the book and the age Mallory was, it doesn't seem like the most responsible move to want to have kids with a person who is not only supposedly chasing you around with an axe, but has a lot of substance abuse issues. But it's also very mean that she was left to get the abortion by herself, and it doesn't seem like there was much compassion either. Other incidents in the book include Oliver sending explicit photos to her family members, cheating on her while under the influence of coke and other drugs, and threatening that no one would believe Mallory because his fanbase would always forgive and support him. The book was released on May 15th. Also on May 15th, Liam attended Louis Tomlinson's show in Uruguay where he posed with fans and interacted with them like at Niall's concert, but a little bit more low-key. Then he flew to Argentina, where he attended Louis' May 18th show in Buenos Aires. He was then seen greeting fans at the hotel and later seen at the concert waving to fans. Liam at Louis' show didn't go viral, and he didn't really get clowned like he did for attending Niall's shows, despite him having done the same thing months before and not getting hate. However, people accused him of flying out to Louis' show to take the attention from the release of Maya's book. So that was May. Let's fast forward to October, where things really start to go down. October, everything takes a turn for the worst. After Liam went viral at Niall's concert and people started clowning him, it brought everything that happened in May and the Logan Paul interview back up, which led Maya to make a bunch of TikToks exposing Liam, followed by the cease and desist letter and then Liam's death. I already covered Liam at Niall's concert and what was said in the Logan Paul interview that started Liam's downfall in my other video, so be sure to check that out for more information. But in the Logan Paul interview, Liam told a story about a physical altercation with an unnamed bandmate where he said that someone had thrown him against a wall and he had a tough guy response saying, "If you don't remove those hands, there's a high likelihood you'll never use them again."
There was one moment where there was an argument backstage and one member in particular threw me up a wall. So I said to him, if you don't remove those hands, there's a high likelihood you'll never use them again.
Fans started speculating for years about who it was that had thrown Liam against the wall. Most people thought it was Harry or Louis, but the mystery was solved by none other than Maya Henry, who said,
"He told me it was Zane, so."
She captioned the video saying, "Sorry, I couldn't hold this info in anymore." Some people criticized Maya, saying that she and Liam had broken up over 2 years ago and she's hopping on the internet making fun of him to basically add on to it. Other comments under that TikTok said, "More Liam stories now," and when a user said, "No, leave this man alone," another user replied saying, "Why? He's an abuser and a weirdo," to which Maya liked the comment. Another user asked Maya to confirm or deny if the book is about Liam, to which she replied, "Of course it's about him. My mind ain't that creative or twisted to write that." This differs from what she told People magazine, reiterating that the book is fiction and inspired by her life and what she learned about herself during the pandemic. She may have said that for legal purposes so Liam doesn't sue, but if everything being said is truthful, then you can't sue regardless. In the case of Liam, I guess we'll never know. Maya also replied back to this comment that asked if Liam and Niall talk, to which she said, "Girl, don't even get me started. He talks so much about all the boys, but then is popping up at their concerts." But Maya didn't stop there. She posted another TikTok where she did not hold back. She hit back at the fans who said she's obsessed with him by detailing disturbing claims about his behavior, saying that Liam would not only message her from different numbers, but blow up her mom's phone as well.
Also, not only me, but he'll blow up my mom's phone.
Maya's videos opened the floodgates for others to share their experience.
Why hasn't he come forward and said anything? Liam Payne, why are you silent?
One person in particular posted a TikTok claiming that Liam had harassed her for explicit content for 2 years. The video is now deleted, but she said,
"So I was a One Direction fan. Liam was my favorite. He knew that. He messaged me on Instagram. And at first I was like, oh my God, he's messaging me on Instagram. Like, this is so cool. Like, what? How is this happening?" And then it turned into him asking me for explicit videos, explicit photos, and I would send them because I was like, it's Liam Payne, I'm gonna send them.
She continued to say that she took years to reflect on his actions, which she called manipulative and inappropriate. She also noted that this happened while Liam was in relationships with other women. However, this person has now deleted the video. Maya then clapped back at those who accused her of using this moment to promote her book and said,
I would not share my experiences with these topics for PR. I would not make allegations and write things like this for PR.
She even mentioned how she comes from a heavy legal background and wouldn't allege such damaging things had they not been true.
Do you think I would be alleging such things, writing such things, coming from such a heavy legal background?
So this brings up Maya's family and upbringing. Maya's powerful family and rich upbringing. So here's some background info on Maya's family. She comes from an ultra-rich background. Her father, Thomas J. Henry, is a personal injury lawyer and the owner of several law practices after starting in the business 31 years ago. He is known for the lavish parties that he throws for his children, with Maya's 15th birthday bash reportedly costing $6 million. Nick Jonas and Pitbull were also at that party. The family also used to have their own reality television series, which was broadcast on YouTube. Hanging with Los Henrys followed the family as they prepared a birthday for Thomas, which is reported to have cost $4.5 million. Basically, they were trying to be the Kardashians, kind of like how the Hadid family was at some point. Many fans have questioned what Maya's dad's role was in her relationship with Liam, as such a powerful attorney whose young 18-year-old daughter was dating a much older pop star.
She got with Liam Payne literally a few weeks after she turned 18, and Daddy seemed to be okay with this because he was always pushing her to hang out with older famous men.
Some fans theorized that Thomas was pushing for them to be a thing, which could possibly be a reason behind Liam proposing to Maya, considering the fact that their relationship didn't seem that great or healthy to begin with. It also could have been used as a selling point for the reality show, but the show was defunct before their relationship began.
But during their 2-year relationship, they also broke up once. So where did she go during that breakup? So you're trying to tell me that she went back home and just didn't mention anything that had happened between the two of them? Like all of the stuff that she's, alleging?
Many people question that if the content in the book is about Liam, especially the parts where her safety was in danger, why did she not go to the police or alert her father, who is a billionaire and one of the richest people in Texas?
And in all that time, Daddy, the big shot lawyer out in Texas with millions of dollars, did not obtain you a lawyer until now, when Liam is moving on and is happy.
Fans have even made the connection between Maya's dad and Psycho, aka the label that managed One Direction. And others are saying she's using this drama to distract from the fact that her father's firm is being sued for SA. Other users pointed out that they find it weird that when the book first came out, it wasn't centered about being about Liam, but since the book didn't perform well, the narrative that it's about Liam and Liam only started being pushed after drama at Niall's concert. Many people were turned off by Maya's approach to this, talking about something that is very heavy and turning it into spilling the tea about Liam and making fun of him as well, especially with how the book was revived on TikTok.
Working in law enforcement, people do lie about this stuff. People are wrongfully convicted all the time, and typically when you want actual justice, you don't act like what Maya Henry is acting like.
Maya then made another video talking about how the media covers things up for celebrity men, and had it not been for her legal background, Liam would have probably tried to threaten legal action against her.
Of course, everything is covered up for these celebrity men, but I mean, that's sadly the reality of it. But yeah, I have tried to come out and say that, but now this is another avenue I'm having to take because...
She said that she's not on good terms with him, and the proof she has is too explicit.
Clipping from is me saying that he reaches out. Yeah, I just said that yesterday on my TikTok. It doesn't mean that we're on good terms. After everything he's done, no. For people saying, post the proof. Actually, a lot of the proof is too freaking explicit to put on TikTok. It's disgusting and disturbing.
The podcast. On October 14th, 2 days before Liam's death, the Internet is Dead podcast posted their episode with Maya where a lot was said. Maya revealed that after she and Liam went on a date to the movies to watch the After movie, which is a One Direction fanfiction about Harry Styles, Liam had told Maya that she should write a book about their life since she went from fangirl to fiancé.
He was like, oh my gosh, since you love to write, and everyone says you're the real YN on Twitter because you used to be a fan, like you live like real life fan fiction, you should write a book about us.
She also called out Liam for being manipulative and claimed that he would always play with death when he would tell her that he's not well.
He would always play with death and be like, well, I'm gonna die, I'm not doing well. And there was one time I tried to get him help and then he was like, not taking it. He would text my mom, I'm not doing well, have Maya contact me, because I wouldn't respond. And it's just always the same cycle.
Again, this is very eerie watching it back, considering that he did die and now people are like, well, it wasn't a manipulation tactic, was it? He clearly was struggling. It's also very complicated because it seems like Maya went through a lot, and the fact that he died 2 days after this video was posted, I mean, nobody could have seen this coming. She also claimed that one of his friends reached out to her, trying to convince her not to publish her book because Liam isn't doing well, and she chalked it up to them scaring her and manipulating her.
Even one of his friends was calling me and my mom being like, oh, you know, this isn't a good time for him. I don't think you should put the book out. You know, he's not doing well. And if something happens to him, not only are you going to blame yourself, but the whole world's going to blame you.
Controversies surrounding Liam's death. I already talked in my last video about how Liam's death has so far been ruled as inconclusive, and that more reports are coming out that are raising the question of whether he fell or if he was pushed. It is also very likely that there is nothing more to his death than substance abuse, but it's my job to update you guys on everything that's happening, considering what's come to light. News and a tragic twist in the investigation of Liam Payne's shocking death in Buenos Aires. According to the prosecutor in charge of the case, Liam did not plan to end his life, stating that the effects of the drugs ultimately caused him to fall to his death from the balcony. This comes after 3 people have been charged, as it looks like they all played a part in Liam's final days. First up, one of the suspects is actually a friend of Liam's. Yep, someone who was right there in his hotel room with him, but apparently left him alone just before he fell from that 3rd floor balcony. Now this friend faces charges for abandonment before death. Given the nature of the industry and power players being exposed for committing crimes and whatnot, many people believe that something is missing with Liam's death, and it's not helping that Spanish media are citing sources from Liam's loved ones saying that they believe there are people responsible for his death. I'm saying Spanish media because the US media tend to all group together to report the same thing, so when the Spanish media starts reporting other things, we should probably pay attention.
It's come out that the Schmex workers that were reported with Liam Payne right before he passed actually probably weren't Schmex workers at all, but that's what the hotel and the media outlets told us. I wonder why.
Another charged suspect is one of the hotel's housekeepers. Police believe they actually delivered drugs to Liam, sneaking them inside a soap box, which is seen in the photos of his room here, and only housekeeping staffers had access to that soap supply within the hotel. Apparently, Rogelio Norris, or Roger, is the link for the drugs and escorts, and he's accused of dodging $50 million in debt.
Habría estado Liam hasta último momento.
¿Quién es? Porque se habla, discúlpame, en las redes se habla de una relación hasta ahí.
Te explico exactamente.
The alleged escorts claim that Liam contacted them through a local Spanish app using his real name, and the app managers at the time didn't believe it was him until he was spotted in the same area.
Lo hace a través de un sitio.
Lo hace a través de
aplicación. Una aplicación de
una aplicación, pero
claro.
que maneja gente, claramente, ¿no?
People have also dug up a connection between Maya Henry's family and Roger Norris and found out that Maya follows his brother on Instagram. Fans are questioning how Liam and Roger met and how did they get so close in the months leading up to his death. Roger has finally released a statement denying having had abandoned Liam before his death, saying, "I never abandoned Liam. I went to his hotel 3 times that day and left 40 minutes before this happened," stating that he wasn't his manager. People also believe that Liam met Roger through Maya and her family connections, as they were all spotted together in October 2021 at this party. In this photo, you can see Roger, his brother Nacho, and Maya Henry's mother. Judging by the fact that Roger was the last person to see Liam, and who is now being uncovered to having ties to the Henry family, the whole thing seems odd, but I genuinely don't know what to believe. This one user posted, "After the breakup, Liam distanced himself from their social circle, though Roger Norris mysteriously reached out to him May 2024. What do you guys think? I think that Liam did some things that he's not proud of. I believe there is some truth to Maya's story. Whatever he did to Maya, none of that was okay in the slightest. However, I don't think that the way she went about things later on was okay either. Her comments on TikTok clearly showed that she was more than happy to pile on the cancellation parade, and she approached it in a gossipy and let me spell the T XOXO manner, and then the guy ended up dead shortly afterward. Not to mention that they had broken up over 2 years ago, and the book was released 5 months ago. Maybe she was hurting and wanted to share her story as she claims, but this is also a girl who comes from a wealthy family with legal connections, who knows a thing or two about how to stay in the public eye. Nonetheless, I don't think anyone should send hate to Maya. I think the entire situation is very heartbreaking. Many people are in pain, and I hope that as the investigation into Liam's death wraps up, there are more answers and closure. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe for weekly content. Follow us on our social media, and as always, I'll see you next time.